Oh,
I'm like sweating big time though. I'm Stephanie. I am a mom and a wife. I am a mother of 4, 2 boys and 2 girls. I've been married for almost 16 years, and this is my story. So I always wanted to be a mom. That was like my goal in life, and I just love children and I love being a mom, and that was huge when I was able to, I got married and had kids and everything, and I always thought that was going to be the answer to everything, was just being a mom was going to bring just joy, and everything was going to be perfect and beautiful pregnancies and glowing and all of that, and it was going to be great. And while it was so beautiful and wonderful, it was way harder than I ever thought it was going to be, and I had many pregnancy complications that put me on bed rest or different kinds of rest where I couldn't do very much. I couldn't lift over 10 pounds, and then my 4 pregnancies got harder and harder, and I lost one of those pregnancies, and then that was really difficult too. They just turned out to be, even though it was a beautiful gift from God, they turned out to be so much harder than I ever thought that they were going to be, and it was more of a sacrifice than I ever thought it was going to be. And I just felt like at the end I was so grateful to be a mom, but I also felt so depleted. And I kind of felt like I failed too, because I always thought it was going to be this, and that to be a good mom you had to just enjoy the experience and always be grateful and appreciative of every part of it. And instead I just felt very just exhausted, and I felt lost. I felt like I didn't know who I was anymore, and I felt like my worth wasn't there because I failed at what I was supposed to do and the only thing I wanted to do. I think you have to understand where I was. It's tough because some of this I haven't told anybody. Even my husband knew that I was struggling, but I wasn't always honest with him or myself with the thoughts that I was telling myself daily. They were pretty low, pretty scary. So I got to a point in my life where I had these 4 beautiful children, but I wasn't even enjoying it because I was so depressed and felt so worthless that I was just struggling to make it through each day with joy, because I just felt like I'm worthless. What's the point of being here? Even to the point where I thought my kids deserve better. They deserve more. And I didn't think I had worth. I didn't think I had earned it. And so I spent a lot of time praying to God. I need to just feel love, and I need to know that I have a purpose and meaning to be here. And I felt like the answer was going to come, that sometimes you hear those answers that God just put his arms around me, and I felt all that immense love and everything was good from then on. And that wasn't really my experience, but I'm glad that it happened the way it did, because it took a lot of effort, and he gave me nudges instead and pointed me in some good directions of different things in my life that helped me not find my worth, but see that it was there all along. Some of those ways that he kind of nudged me towards were some really unique service opportunities, bringing different children into my life that brought more joy and helping me understand what I already had in my life. Going back to school as a mom of 4 was never really the plan. It might have been, but I thought I would wait till a lot longer, but that was one way he nudged me towards that, and that's been a huge blessing in my life. It has shown me my gifts and talents that were already there. And then also he brought me to this community here at Atalo, and that's been huge for me because I needed that. The environment that is here, that Sam and Brooke really foster that environment of their faith, family, fitness, and that has been huge for me and helped me understand that I have that worth, and it's been there all along thanks to their coaching, but also the environment that they have here has really helped me feel connection, but has shown me the strengths that I had and shown me how to overcome, really, but also to just see that I have value where I am. And I love the community here too, because it helps me know that I can just show up messy. I can show up wherever I am. I remember my first day was terrifying. The whole time was I think I wore baggier shirts for a long time because I was just terrified of even being seen of where I was. My body had been through war, and I was embarrassed by it. And I was worried everybody was gonna think, why is this out of shape mom here? And so it was really tough for me. I had a lot of anxiety in the beginning, but as soon as I walked in the door, everybody was so welcoming and helpful. And I don't know, it's been a wonderful experience for me. When I originally signed up, I thought, okay, I need something that will get me in shape, something that will help me lose weight, make me fit in and look like I'm doing something worthwhile. I thought this will be one way that I can earn my worth and show that I can be a better mom. And then wonderful thing about the environment here is that, yeah, I did get a little bit stronger, a little more fit, can keep up with my kids more. I've also been able to grow a connection with my son doing it with him, and my girls watch me do it, and I love that they can see mom doing hard things. But more than the strength and all of that, I grew as a person. So I thought I would just come here and I would just get stronger and progress more and more. And what I didn't realize is that it would be more about the process and the experience. Because I would come in here and yeah, some days I have great days and I'm lifting strong and I do things that amaze me that I never thought I can do, and it's really empowering and awesome. But I also have days where I come in here and I just totally miss the mark in so many ways. And I realize on those days I'm not always there for myself, I'm there to cheer on somebody else. And I'm understanding that that's what life is that some days you have it, some days you show up and you rock it, and some days you just don't have it, but you can still cheer on somebody else as you're processing through your own pain and frustrations and sorrows. And I know I've definitely had days where I come and I'm a wreck. I've had days where I'm like rocking it, and I've had days where I had one day I came and I cried through the entire workout and I was so embarrassed, but Brooke and Sam were there for me. Wyatt Tallow is awesome. It's Brooke and Sam. They see us and they know us, and they watch what we do, and they know our strengths more than we know ourselves sometimes, and they nudge us towards those and they help us see that. And that's been huge for me, because on my own I just constantly negative self-talk me, but Brooke and Sam have been able to show me like, no, I know you can do this because I see you do it. And that's been a huge blessing to have them kind of see more than I can see myself, until I'm starting to believe it myself, and until I found that confidence myself. And that day that I came and I was just crying through the whole thing, it had just been an accumulation of all these stressful events and ending school, and I feel like I just was processing so many emotions at once, and I had wanted to go after a mark and I didn't get it, and I felt like, oh no, I'm back to that place where I failed again. And Brooke was awesome, because she came over and she cried with me and she said, it sucks sometimes, it's hard. And I was grateful for that validation, and to know, she said, I've had those times too. And I realized like there's more of a connection here than we know. Like there's so many people going through things that are hard. Even though you might just see them hitting all the good things, it doesn't mean that they haven't struggled too. And that's been huge for me, just to see that like everybody's had good days and bad days, and we're all going through so many different things. And Sam's so good at pointing out to me of like, hey, you're better than this, or hey, yeah, you can do it. Or he tells me too when I need to back off and rest and take it easy, when not hurt myself, and that's huge too, because I'm not always good as a mom. I think many of us aren't always good as moms at knowing when it's okay to rest and it's okay to just process and to let somebody else take over for a while and recharge, so that you can be a better person and that you can come back even stronger. I guess I want you to know that you have worth where you are, that no matter what you've been through, or the expectations you feel like you didn't meet up to, or the scripts you don't feel like you feel, that you have worth where you are, because you are loved, and that you can do so much more than you think you can, and that sometimes it just takes showing up. And even if it is not a beautiful thing when you show up, you'll find beauty in showing up, and you'll find that connection. You'll find a greater love for yourself, and in turn you'll be able to love so much more on the outside, and you'll know that your life is absolutely worth it. And that for me is like the biggest lesson that I've learned, is the healing I've gained is in understanding, and I guess the peace that I've found in my life is the understanding that I am a beautiful soul who is loved and has so much love to give in return, and that is absolutely worth being here. It's absolutely worth staying and fighting and showing up. I feel like I don't say this the same way I want to say it, that's in my head. So I guess what I wanted to share, and what this community has kind of, why it's been so valuable to me, is that it's not because I came here to earn my worth, but I came here, and what I learned from being here over the time I have is that it showed me that I already had worth, and that I had a beautiful life to begin with, and I still have that. And I just needed someone to kind of give me those nudges and believe in me and help me understand that it was there all along.